are going to discuss about the NEET paper, previous year NEET paper 2023. NEET 2023. Paper analysis. Guys, what kind of questions came from paper 2023 NEET? We are, according to that, we can analyze the difficulty level of the questions, moderate level and easy level of the questions. Okay, what are the trickies? Okay, we are going to discuss about it. The first question in the zoology, the subject is zoology. Okay, yeah, first question. The historic convention on the biological diversity, the Earth Summit, was held in Rio. The year, they did ask the year. This is the topic which is biodiversity. In the chapter, sure, there is a question. This is the little chapter regarding species, species richness, species extinction, species conservation, the biodiversity conservation. There are certain policies, conventions, protocols are going to held in this chapter. Okay, about Earth Summit. This is the Earth Summit, guys. Earth Summit, the place which is Rio de Janeiro. This is the place in the Brazil. The summit was held in the 1992, guys. For the objectives of this summit is climate change, Agenda 21, and biological conservation, like conservation of biodiversity. Conservation of biodiversity is the main theme of the 1992 Earth Summit. Guys, just look into this. They describe, they talk in the convention. Convention is a group of countries. Group of countries come together to plan for a implementation of certain goals. Okay, in this convention there are goals, certain goals we can call protocols also. Protocols are the agreements which are made in the convention. Convention is the policies and plans, protocols are the agreements from the conventions. Okay, this is the Rio de Janeiro. It is the place which is in the Brazil. Okay, the Earth Summit, that is the summit we can call Earth Summit, which is the year is 1992. Okay, the convention of agreement is climate change. About climate change, guys, they may misguide you. There is no about global warming, there is no about ozone depletion in the Earth Summit. Earth Summit is special for the climate change. Agenda 21 means sustainable development. Sustainable development and biodiversity, conservation of biodiversity. This is the most important for this topic. Okay, that is why they did ask this question. Okay, next question. Among the evil quarters, this is also the topic is biodiversity. Yeah, is considered is the most important cause guys, the extinction of species, guys. What are the causes for the extinction of species. Causes for the extinction of species. Okay, they did ask here main cause. Main cause. What is the main cause? This, okay, here co-extinction. This is one of the cause, but not main cause for the extinction. Main cause for the extinction. Extinction. Main cause for the extinction. Guys, coexistence, it is a factor, but it is not cause for the extinction. It is for the reduction, guys. Reduction, not completely extinction of species. Yeah, habitat loss and fragmentation. This is the main cause, guys. Habitat loss and the fragmentation. Habitat loss means if there is no place, if no place for their survival. This is the habitat loss. Over exploitation, it is not main cause, it is certain extents, okay, certain limit. Alien species invasion mean other species. Other species, if they come to this area, they can dominate. Okay, this is not main cause of the extinction. This is, they can affect the population, but not for the extinction of population. Extinction mean there is no more species. No more species. Further, the population is completely zero, the decline. Okay, these all conditions are not for the population completely decline. This is the habitat fragmentation, habitat loss and fragmentation is the main reason for the extinction, complete extinction. Yes, next, the thickness of ozone of air atmosphere is measured by which the like measurement is going to make the measure of thickness of ozone. Guys, here it is the like chapter is pollution, air pollution especially. This is the chapter. The thickness of ozone is measured by kilobase. Is it weight? No. Like decibels, it is sound. Decibels is the decimeter, it is the length. Length. Like Dobson units, guys. Dobson units is the answer. Answer is B. Dobson units, the thickness of ozone. It can be measured. Measure thickness of ozone. Ozone. Yeah. Here this give the given below the two statements, guys. Gauss competitive principle, Gauss competitive exclusive principle. Okay, Gauss competitive exclusive principle. Just look into this. Okay, Gauss principle, guys, Gauss competitive exclusive principle. This is the topic, is the population topic. Population topic. Competitiveness, in this topic, competitiveness. Competitiveness. This principle states that two closely related species competing for the same related species in competing for the same resources. For the same resources mean here you have to understand this principle stated closely related species between closely related species closely relative species competing for the same related species, competing for the same resources, competing for the same resources. Same resources cannot coexist indefinitely. In this condition, they cannot coexistence. They cannot coexistence indefinitely. The competitively inferior one will be eliminated eventually. So, in this competition, inferior one can be eliminated. Guys, you have to understand, I will tell you later on second statement. In general, carnivores are more adversely affected by competition than herbivores. First, we have to see the first statement. Guys, there are limited resources, there is a apple tree, there are 100 apples are there, 100 apples are there. In the 100 apples, the species they can fight for the 100 apple, the species are 200. Assume the apples are 10, in the apple tree the apples are 10. 10 apples, but same species, the species they can eat apples are 20, but apples are 10. So, 20 people they cannot catch apple 10, each individual one. So, 10 people they can catch apples, and the remaining 10 people they do not get food. The superior one, the people who get apples, they can survive with their food. The inferior one, the people they do not get apples, they do not survive, right? Without food, they do not survive. They can eliminate from the region, that place. Either they can move away, either they can die. This is the competition between the species. If the same species, if the different species, like apples can eat humans, apples can eat monkeys. Human population are 10, monkey population are 10 for the same apples. If the humans are superior, humans can survival, monkey can destroy, they can eliminate from the region. If the monkeys are full strong, they are the superior, humans they can eliminate from that region. This is the competitiveness. Gauss principle says in the competitiveness, there is the superior one they can survive, inferior one they can eliminate from the region. This is what Gauss principle. Okay? This is absolutely fine, right answer. Second one, the statement in general, carnivores are more adversely affected by competition than herbivores. Guys, herbivores are depend on grass, carnivores depend on herbivores. So, the competition between the grass and herbivores. So, here second statement is wrong. More adversely affected by competition than herbivores. No, herbivores are the most effective, guys. Okay? Herbivores are the more adversely affected by competition than carnivores. Okay? Herbivores are the more adversely affected by competition than carnivores. Second statement is wrong. So, here the first statement incorrect, no, this is wrong. Both statement are true, no, this is wrong. Both statement 1 and statement 2 false, no. Statement 1 is correct and but statement 2 is false. This is the right answer, guys, D. Yeah, next question. Next question, it is simple guys, match the following. This is also population interactions chapter, population interactions. Population interactions. Guys, mutualism. Mutualism mean both can be affected, both can be advantage, both can be benefited. Mutualism mean here A can benefit and B can benefit, plus A plus B, plus mean advantage. So A mean it is fourth. Just look into here, A fourth is what? A fourth is here, A fourth is here, A fourth is here. Okay, A is the eliminate, first option A is eliminate. So next what exactly you know? Mean very easy, parasitism. If look into this parasitism, one can be benefited, one can be affected. So it is A benefited, B unaffected. A not affected, B, A is like affected, B is unaffected. Here A benefited and B loss, affected. Okay, A benefited, B loss, mean the parasite, who parasite, they can take the advantage of the host guys. Parasite can benefited from the host. Okay, A if it is parasite, it can be plus benefited, B minus here. Okay, so D is 3, A4 D3, A4 D3, A4 D3. Okay, either A, either B, it will be correct. Commensalism. Commensalism is one benefited, another one unaffected. One benefited, another one unaffected. This is B is 1. B is 1 here, B is 2 here. Between these two competition, right? This is the right answer. C is the right answer. Amensalism is nothing but one is negatively affected, one is no affected. This is what the match the following is from the chapter population interactions. Okay, very easy. So we come across two questions in the population interactions, populations. Okay, that is a small topic, but it is most important topic, guys. Next question. Radial symmetry not found, not word. Okay, you have to focus it. Found in adult phylum, adults, not in embryonic development, in the adult after attained. Radial symmetry. Echinodermata in the adult, they show the radial symmetry. Ctenophora obviously radial symmetry. Coelentrates obviously radial symmetry. Okay. Ctenophora, coelentrates are the radial, completely radial symmetry. Radial symmetry. Echinodermata shows radial symmetry in the adult stage. Adult radial symmetry. And embryo bilateral symmetry. Embryo bilateral symmetry. Yeah. Next, match the following question. So, guys, this is the answer is hemichordata. They show bilateral symmetry, guys. bilateral symmetry. Okay, hemichordata shows bilateral symmetry. So it is not showing radial symmetry in the adult stage. Yeah. Next, match the following. Taenia solium, it is the platyhelminthes. Platyhelminthes. Platyhelminthes nothing but their excretory organs are flame cells. Excretory organs are flame cells. Paramecium is the protozoan. Paramecium is the protozoan. Their locomotory organs are here. Here there is no locomotory organs. Contractile vacuole, their food. This is what? Periplaneta. This is the cockroach. Cockroach, they can excrete the uric acid through the uricose glands. Peritima is the earthworms. Their excretory organ is nephridia. This is the non-chordates, guys. Okay, animal kingdom 1 question. Non-chordate. Guys, mostly in the non-chordate, they can ask you the examples of the phyla or special characters like excretory organs, respiratory organs in the different species in different phyla. For the match the following questions, there are huge n number of examples in the non-chordates. You have to focus examples and speciality of the phyla in the non-chordate. Okay? If you come to this question answer, Taenia A is 3, here A is 2, here A is 1, here A is 1. If you know one answer, this is enough to crack this question. So D is the answer. A is 3, Taenia solium is the platyhelminthes, the flame cells are the excretory organs in the platyhelminthes. Enough. Yeah. Guys, if you smart, you can conserve the time during the exam. Okay, like multiple choice questions, like this match the following questions, you have to know the exact answer at least one, or not exactly answer at least the one. Mean what is the exactly wrong, what is the exactly right. If you know, that is okay in the match the following. Yeah, given below statements are the ligaments are dense irregular connective tissue. Ligament is what? Bone to bone. Bone to bone attachment is ligament. Bone to muscle is tendon. Bone to muscle is tendon, bone to bone is ligament. Yeah, here they told it is a dense irregular connective tissue. Bone is the specialized connective tissue. And cartilage is the dense regular connective tissue. Cartilage also specialized connective tissue. Guys, connective tissue especially, like I will give you the types of the connective tissue. Loose connective tissue, adipose tissue, areolar tissue. Adipose, areolar, and dense connective tissue. No. Bone to bone is the dense connective tissue, but it is the regular connective tissue, guys. Regular. it is regular connective tissue. Adipose tissue is the not specialized. Ligament is the regular connective tissue. Ligament is the regular connective tissue. Yeah, it is dense connective tissue. Connective tissue is loose connective tissue, dense connective tissue. It is ligament and tendon. It is dense regular connective tissue. Dense irregular connective tissue, skin. Skin is dense irregular connective tissue. Connective tissue, dense connective tissue, two types, dense regular and dense irregular. And loose connective tissue is adipose tissue and areolar tissue. If specialized connective tissue, this is specialized connective tissue. Specialized connective tissue is there are fluid connective tissue and skeletal connective tissue. Skeletal nothing but it is the like cartilage and bone. Fluid nothing but it is the blood and lymph. Blood and lymph. Just look into this flow chart again. Connective tissue, three types: loose connective tissue, dense connective tissue, specialized connective tissue. Loose connective tissue, example adipose, areolar. Dense connective tissue, again two types, dense regular and dense irregular. Dense regular is the example ligament and tendon. Dense irregular is the skin. And specialized connective tissue, again two types, skeletal and fluid. Skeletal is cartilage and bone. Fluid is blood and lymph. So cartilage, it is specialized connective tissue. So second statement is wrong. This ligament is irregular connective tissue. So first statement also wrong. Both statements are the false. Here answer is C. Yeah, next question. Guys, this is the digestive system. Very easy question. Easy question. Yeah. Goblet cells, peptic cells, axanthic cells, hepatic cells. Hepatic mean it is liver. Hepatic mean liver. So liver cells, they can secrete what? Liver cells, they can secrete bile juice, right? Bile juice. Very simple. If you know that, okay, D is 2. Here D is 2. Right answer. Only if you know only one, it is easy for you guys. What exactly you know? Especially match the following questions. What exactly you know, you go through that. Okay, D is 2, D is 2, D is 2 is only 1. Okay guys. So D is 2. In this condition, A is 3. A is 3. Peptidic cells is proenzyme pepsin. Pepsinogen is helpful for the protein digestion. Protein digestion in the stomach. And B is 1. B is goblet cells, they can release mucus in the intestine. Goblet cells is the modified columnar epithelial tissue we can call glandular epithelial tissue. Okay, yeah, these two. Obviously auxentic cells, they can release HCl and causal intrinsic factor for the B12 absorption of B12 causal intrinsic factor. Auxentic cells, they can release. Yeah, this is what, guys, in the chapter digestive system. Next question. Once the undigested, unabsorbed substances enter into the cecum, their backflow is prevented by, guys, after digestion, this is the alimentary canal, stomach, from the stomach, small intestine, this is, after that this is the large intestine, cecum place, this is the cecum, last place. The digestion all over complete in the small intestine, and the undigested food and unabsorbed substances like minerals, they do not back, they should be exit out through the rectum. So there is a sphincter, there is a place which is cecum, okay, from the colon to cecum, there is a sphincter called here ileotic sphincter, ileocecal wall, ileum and cecum, there is a places ileum and cecum, between that places there is a wall, they do not allow the undigested food into the bag. Okay, they should be eliminate the fecal matter, especially they should be eliminate the ileocecal wall, they can prevent backflow. Okay, this is the answer C. Pyloric sphincter is there in the small intestine and stomach. Sphincter of OD, which is the stomach and esophagus. Okay, gastroesophageal sphincter. This is the stomach and esophageal. Okay, yeah, sphincter of OD. This is the like sphincter between small intestine and stomach. Yeah, this is the list which is about the cardiac cycle. Guys, just look into here. P wave, Q wave, QRS complex and T wave. Just look into this. In the heart, the blood from the atria they enter into the ventricles. If the atria filled the blood, which they can contract mean we can call, this is the contract, we can call depolarization. Okay, in this depolarization, if the atrial contraction is going to take place, blood flow into the ventricles, the ventricles fill in this blood, they can push out from the into the blood vessels from the ventricles. So this is the ventricle contraction, we can call ventricle depolarization. Ventricle contraction we can call ventricle depolarization. During the ventricle depolarization, atrial can be relaxed, mean repolarization. During the ventricle depolarization, at the same time atrial repolarization, mean relax. Mean atrial relax. After ventricle depolarization, ventricles also they can relax. So it is shows graphical representation, guys. Just this is the depolarization create wave. Depolarization create waves. Waves. So first P started wave. P is started wave. Started wave is what? First SCA node they can give the signal into the atria. Atria. So atria can contract, mean atrial depolarization. First wave started here. This is the one wave. This is the one wave which is atria depolarization. Atria depolarization. P wave started depolarization of atria. A3. A3. After atrial depolarization, atrial can relax, repolarization mean the signal down, and again ventricle, if the blood enter into the ventricles, ventricles start the depolarization, mean they can contract, mean this is the bigger wave, ventricle depolarization. If it is show P, this is Q R S complex, QRS complex. QRS complex shows ventricle depolarization. So QRX complex, depolarization of ventricle. Q wave and T wave. After depolarization, ventricle can be relaxed and certain amount of here, certain amount of peak is there. This is T peak, that is ventricle repolarization and the ventricle contraction also up to there in the T wave. Ventricle repolarization it is shows and ventricle contraction also up to there. Okay. So T wave shows ventricle repolarization and Q wave start the beginning of systole. Systole nothing but the contraction. Systole nothing but contraction. Okay, diastole is relaxation. Guys, here look into that. P A is 3, P wave is depolarization of atria, mean A is 3, A is 1 here, A is 4 is, A is 3 only 1. If you know one answer enough, if you know one answer is enough, B is the answer. Yes. Give the below the statement, one is labeled assertion and one is reason. Nephrons are two types. Nephrons are two types. Cortical nephrons and juxtamedullary nephrons, based on their relative position in the cortex and medulla. Of course, it is correct. Juxtamedullary nephrons have short loop and whereas cortical nephrons have longer loop of Henle. Guys, just look into this. Kidney has two regions. Kidney has two regions. If it is kidney, these are the kidney pyramids, guys. Kidney pyramids. Okay, the region which is this place is cortex, the region this is medulla, the position of nephron is some part is cortex region, some part is medullary region. PCT, DCT part is cortex region. Henle loop and collecting duct is medullary region. Cortical nephrons, actually the medullary region which is Henle loop is very short, especially they are under the cortex. This is the medulla, kidney medulla, assume it. This is the kidney medulla, guys. In the kidney medulla, this is the nephron, this is the nephron, this is Henle loop and collecting duct under the medulla. So Henle loop is very long into the medulla, we can call medullary nephron, juxtamedullary nephron. Juxtamedullary nephron. Okay, juxtamedullary nephrons are the Henle loop is very long into the medulla. So juxtamedullary nephrons have very short Henle loop. So it is statement wrong. This statement is wrong. Whereas cortical nephrons are longer loop. This is the cortical nephrons, guys. This is the medulla. Cortical nephrons is very short Henle loop. Juxtamedullary nephrons are very long Henle loop. So second statement is wrong. So A is false, B is true. No, this is not. Both A are true. No, this is wrong. Both A and R is true. This is wrong. A is true, R is false. This is the right answer. D is the right answer for this. Guys, this is the question. Cartilages, match the following. Okay. Yes, cartilage and ball and socket, fibrous joints and sedile. Fibrous joints nothing but there is fibrous joints especially in the vertebral column and skull. Okay, sedile joints are the pectoral girdle, like ball and socket is between the humerus and pectoral girdle. Cartilage joint is the joints in the vertebral column. Cartilages. Ball and socket, it is between the humerus and pectoral girdle. Fibrous joints in the skull bones, they are immovable. White fibrous cartilage. White fibrous cartilage. Ball and socket joints, this is the ball and socket, humerus and pectoral girdle. Okay, saddle joints especially between the carpals and metacarpals. Cartilage joints is the slight movable. In the vertebral column. Okay, very simple question, guys. Next. Guys, this is about eye. The answer is A, fovea. Fovea is about the point of greatest visual acuity or resolution is fovea, guys. Greatest resolution actually, fovea. Okay. Iris. Iris is the visible colored. Of course, eye is the regulate the diameter of pupil. Yeah, regulate. It can be regulate diameter of pupil. This is answer, guys. Blind spot. Blind spot is the like where the optic nerves leave eyeball and photoreceptors absent. Yeah, optic nerve blind spot where they can leave mean there is no actually light is emit, guys. Sclera. Sclera, it is a dense, yeah, it is the external layer of the eye. It is very dense connective tissue. Very simple, guys. So A is 3, B is 4, like B is 1. This is the answer, guys. Second one, B is the answer. Yeah, next question. CCK, cholecystokinin. Okay, ANF, natriuretic peptide. ADH, antidiuretic. Yeah, cholecystokinin, it is the gastric glands. ANF is the heart. Okay, ADH is the kidney. Cholecystokinin, gastric. GIP is the pancreas. Very simple. A is 3. C is 2. A is 3, C is 2, C is 4 here, C is 2, A is 4. Yeah, cholecystokinin pancreas, guys. A is 4, B is 3, gastric gland. GIP is the gastrointestinal. Yeah. Second answer is, guys, this is C is 2, ANF and ADH is 1. Yeah, vas deferens receives a duct from seminal vesicles open into the urethra as ejaculatory duct. Very nice answer. The cavity of cervix is called the cervical canal, along with the vagina is formed birth canal. One is correct. One is statement, both one is, yeah, of course, cavity of cervix is called cervical canal, which is along with, yeah, of course, both 1 and 2 statements are true. First one, vas deferens, vas, if this is the testis, guys, from the testis, there is a seminiferous tubule, lobules, from the lobules there are seminiferous tubules, from the sperm they can carry from the vas efferentia, further they enter into the epididymis, from the epididymis this is the vas deferens. Vas deferens, they can, this is the urinary bladder, guys, urinary bladder, urethra, ejaculatory duct. This is the ureters. This vas deferens here further enter into the urinary bladder, and seminal vesicles are there here. From the seminal vesicles, this is the vas deferens is enter as into the urethra as ejaculatory duct. This is the prostate gland and ejaculatory duct along with the seminal vesicles, guys. Seminal vesicles open into the urethra as ejaculatory duct. Here this is the ejaculatory duct, this is the seminal vesicles, this is vas deferens, they enter into the seminal vesicles as ejaculatory duct, open into the urethra. Of course, urethra, finally they can reach. Both statement is correct, guys. Yeah, given below the statement, one of the label assertion and region, endometrium is necessary for the implantation of blastocyst. Obviously correct. In the absence of fertilization, the corpus luteum degenerate that causes the disintegration of endometrium. Disintegration of endometrium. Both are true, guys. Answer C is the right answer, not explanation, but both are true. Which of the following statement is correct regarding the female reproductive cycle? Non-primate mammals are the changes during the reproduction is called estrous cycle. First menstrual cycle began puberty is called menopause. Lack of menstruation may be indicative pregnancy. The cycle of menstruation extends between the menarche and menopause. Guys, just look into this. In non-primate animals, cyclical change during the reproductive system called estrous cycle. This is absolutely correct. The first menstrual cycle begins at puberty and is called menopause. This is absolutely wrong, because of menstrual cycle, the follicle which is started not at puberty, guys. Puberty is not called menopause, guys. This is the end of the cycle. End of the cycle. Menopause and end of the menstrual cycle. Menstrual cycle in the lifetime, menopause. But start of the menstrual cycle we can call menarche. This is the right. So this statement is wrong. Lack of menstruation may be indicative pregnancy. Of course, if the pregnancy started, menstrual cycle stop. Cyclic menstruation extend between menarche and menopause. Of course, the menstrual cycle which is start with menarche and end with menopause. It is correct. So second one, B is wrong answer. Most appropriate from this option. Yeah, here not B. This is the answer. Okay. Yeah, which of the following is common sexually transmitted disease is completely curable? HIV not curable, herpes not curable, like hepatitis B also not curable. Gonorrhea is the curable. This is the answer is correct. Direct answer from the reproductive health. Given below the statement is one label and assessment. Amniocentesis for the sex determination is one of the strategic reproductive and child health care program. No, guys, amniocentesis not about sex determination. It is not about main of sexual determination. Government they stopped this action. It is about to find the diseases, find the genetic diseases, genetic disorders. Genetic disorders. Yes. So first statement is wrong. Ban of the amniocentesis sex checks increasing the menace in the female fetus size. Yeah, of course, R is correct. No, this is wrong. A is false and B is R is correct. This is right answer. This wrong, this wrong, this wrong. Okay. Yes. And vasectomy. Vasectomy is the surgical method. Mean cut the vasectomy. Cuts the vas differences. Cut the vas differences. Cervical corpus and coitus interrupts is the oral method. cervical corpus, yeah, first is the 3, A is 3, here A is 3, coit interrupts is B is 1, this is A 3, B 1, it is the answer. C4, cervical corpus is the, yeah, of course, this is the natural method, and Sheheli is the surgical method. This is the reproductive health, guys. Yeah, broad palm, single palm case is visible a person suffering from. Guys, the hand forms, it is about the syndrome, guys, Down syndrome. Okay, 21 chromosome is trisomy. This is the condition, Down syndrome, guys. Okay, thalassemia is the blood factor, like RBC number is decreased. Turner syndrome is the 45 chromosomes instead of 46. Klinefelter syndrome is the male character in the female character in the male character, XXY. Trisomy of sex chromosomes. Okay, this is, yeah. Select the correct group, Australian marsupial exhibiting adaptive radiation. Guys, this is the population chapter in the ecology. It is the numbat, spotted caucasus and flying. Yeah, these are the speciality of the Australian Tasmanian species, guys. Yes, this is about adaptive radiation, examples of adaptive radiation. Yeah, this is the human health and disease, guys. Human health and disease. Ringworm, they can give the disease this trichotillomania. Malaria, obviously, Plasmodium vivax. Pneumonia is like Haemophilus influenza. Filariasis, Wuchereria. This is very simple question. Oh my God, this is human health and disease. Health and disease. Guys, heroin give dopamine, cocaine, morphine, marijuana. Cocaine, they can slow down the body function. Heroin, cocaine, morphine is the like painkiller. Morphine is the painkiller. Cocaine give the dopamine. Heroin is slow down. Marijuana is affect the cardiovascular system. Very simple, guys. So B1, this is the answer, guys. A to B1. Yes. Unique mammalian characters. Of course, mammary glands are there. Here pinna is there. This is not monocondyle, dicondylic, tympanic membrane. Here pinna and mammary gland. This is the answer, guys. Yeah. Select the correct statement with reference to the chordates. Of course, chordate, presence of closed circulatory system. Of course, presence of one pair of gills, pharyngeal gills. Presence of dorsal heart. This is wrong. Ventral heart. Front side heart is there, right? Ventral heart. D is not there. So D is not there. D is not there. D is not there. A is B, C is the answer. C is the answer. BC. Triple blastic pseudocoelomates is the mammal pseudocoelomate, and mid dorsal, not mid dorsal. It is the dorsal. Yes. Mast cells, Inner surface of bronchioles, blood, and yeah guys, mast cells, they can release like inner surface epithelial, ciliated epithelium. Blood is the like specialized connective tissue, blood. Tubular part of nephron, like cuboidal epithelial tissue. Mast cells, areolar tissue. Very simple question guys, very simple. Yeah, basophils are the most abundant cells in the WBC. Neutrophils are 60 to 65% guys, most abundant. So this is wrong. Basophils 0.5 to 1% only, basophils. So basophil secretes histamine, serotonin and heparin, absolutely right. They can involve in the immune function. Basophils involved in the inflammatory response, of course, absolutely right. Have the kidney shaped nucleus, no, it is wrong. S shaped nucleus. Basophils are granulocytes, of course, correct. So here wrong is first A and D is wrong. D is here wrong. A is here wrong. So which is are the correct statement? C, E is the correct basophil secretes. Yeah, C, E, B, C. BC. Yeah, BC correct and BCE is the correct. BC is the correct. Okay. Yes. Which of the following statement is correct? Excessive loss of body fluids from the body switches osmoreceptors. No. They can increase osmoreceptors. ADH facilitate water reabsorption, of course, correct. It is vasodilation. ANF is the vasodilation, correct. ADH causes increase the blood pressure, correct. ADS is responsible to decrease the GFR, no, it is wrong. So E is the wrong. E is there is the wrong. AB is the wrong. And AB is the correct answer. AB, C is the correct. ABD is the correct answer, guys. ABD is the correct answer. Yeah, the part of human brain that help regulation of sexual behavior and expansion of excitement, pleasure, and rage, fear. Corpus callosum, thalamus. This is the analytical part of the brain. Analytical part of brain. Limbic system, hypothalamus. Hypothalamus is the reason, guys. This is the answer. In the brain, if it is brain, guys, thalamus is there in the third ventricle part. Hypothalamus is here. This is the reason for the all the regulation, pleasure, everything. Corpora quadrigemina, this is midbrain. Midbrain. Brain stem, epithalamus. No, epithalamus, they can regulate body temperature. So second is limbic system and hypothalamus is the answer. Not under the control of thyroid hormone. Of course, it is maintaining water and electrolyte balance, regulation of basal metabolic rate, of course. Normal rhythm of sleep and wake cycle. No. Development of immune system. Support the process of RBC formation. It is correct. So B and E. AD or AC, development of immune system. This is, guys, AC, maintenance of water and electrolyte balance and development of immune system, that is not under control of that thyroid hormone. Guys, this is the paper which is analyzed of 2023 NEET. As you know, which chapter is carry how many questions and what are the important areas we did discuss. Okay, tomorrow we will discuss about 2024 paper. Stay tuned. Thank you.